Alright, welcome to Tabletop Gaming with Juice. This is another Flip Through Friday for the Pathfinder role-playing game Ultimate Campaign. Now, I'm doing this one today a little bit late, and the reason I'm doing this book is actually because I just sold it to GM Barker. You can see his channel at BeABetterGameMaster. But this book, of all the ones I'm selling right now, is my favorite book. So, he made a pretty solid offer. I'm really happy with it, and I think he's going to like this a lot. This book can be used with various game systems. It has a lot of subsystems you can use, and it has some other cool stuff that I'll get to when we get there. So let's get into it. I did tell him it was like brand new. Apparently the one corner I forgot must have gotten dinged. I hope that's not something that upsets you, Barker. If it bothers you, let me know. Maybe I'll send a few dollars back to you or something. But I am going to be sending a couple extra things with this as well. So there's little bonuses. So anyways, it's split into a few chapters. Character background, downtime, campaign systems, kingdoms, and war. So basically it's the Kingmaker stuff. And they've adjusted it a little bit, I believe, so you could do mass combat. They also have how to do like your own businesses and things like that in this book. So very cool stuff. Additional feats, additional abilities based on backgrounds and things, which we used in our Pathfinder campaign for a little bit before switching to 5th edition. So again, Pathfinder, known for their beautiful artwork. They have very good layout, for their books. So I like it. I have always liked Pathfinder's books. Anyway, so there's a lot of stuff you can read up here about how to flesh out your character's backgrounds. There's, there's flaws, there's strengths, there's everything you can think of. There's a bunch of tables for what race they are, where they grew up, how many brothers and sisters, their parents, their classes. There's a bunch of class background stuff. All of it is pretty flavorful if you want to use it. It kind of reminds me a little bit of the D&D 5th edition backgrounds, except a little bit more drawn out. And not as... It's funny because the new backgrounds in D&D 5th edition break things down a little bit better and shorter, I feel. But maybe they took some inspiration from this book. Who knows? But yeah, so you could almost reflesh some of these, or reskin some of these for D&D 5th edition, probably. If that's what you're into doing. But yeah, we used some of this stuff. They give you additional feats and, additional traits, I think is what they call them. So more like situational bonuses more than anything. But still, it's, you're upping the abilities of your players, which Pathfinder is known to do that with every book, and that's fine. There's also a random chart that you can roll on to determine your alignment. So a couple little charts that factor into that. Romantic relationships, which I think in our Pathfinder game we had two characters, Nate, WASD20, and Paula from Awkwardly Nerdy. They rolled up their backgrounds together, because there's also a chart in here to roll how you know each other, and they rolled up a common love interest. So that was kind of funny. We still sometimes reference it, even though that original character she had is no longer her character. It's a NPC. When we switched to 5th edition, I gave them the options to either use their same character, adjust their same character, or just make a new character altogether. Paula decided to make a new character altogether. So, very cool though, and it's kind of funny. In fact, when I told her a few minutes ago that I was getting rid of this book, she was a little disappointed, which I was surprised. She really liked the tie-ins to other characters, and luckily there are charts for that online all over the place. Matt Click, I think, originally gave a quick shortened version of it out. So I do still have that, and I will use that again. And so that is something I'm a little bummed out that I won't have anymore. But the idea of the downtime activities is something I'm going to be a little bummed out about, like starting businesses and things like that. Because I've always thought that's a kind of cool thing you could do in your downtime. I'm really interested to see how 5th edition handles that with their DM's guide. So, or if that's even in there. But we'll see what happens. So, anyway, so these are all the different types of things you can buy. Armories, greenhouses, things like that. You can build cities, you can build castles, start your business, become a caravan of merchants. I mean, you could do all sorts of stuff. So here it is, showing you the layouts of it for your castles, I believe, if you put these in there. Or if you buy these, I think. Yeah. So, very cool stuff. Houses, mansions. But yeah, I mean, even if, you just want to use the quick little maps, I mean, they're right there. You just copy it over to your little flip mat or gaming paper, and boom, you're ready to go with what looks like a trading dock or a pier, so yeah, trade shop and a pier. I didn't even read that before, but yeah, you got blacksmith, regular shop, so temple, which that would be cool. And in fact, I think Paizo sells a flip mat for that. I could be wrong, but Thieves Guild and how it goes under a city. They have downtime tracking sheets, which I like the Pathfinder tracking sheets. I do use those, even though for 5th edition I do use them. I've thought about modifying them to be more relatable to 5th edition. And also so I can fit more on there, because you are limited with certain space. And there's some space that's not used because it's Pathfinder specific. Goes into alignment again right here. So, whatever. I don't worry too much about my players' alignment as long as I feel like they're consistent with their character. Yeah, bargaining stuff. So they make a little sub-game for that. So all sorts of different little side mechanics you could choose to use. How to deal with contacts, companions, exploration. Ultimately, this is just a really good read. I mean, worst case scenario, you can take some inspiration from this book and just by reading through it. So maybe it'll get your mind flowing, Barker. Get you thinking about what you'd want to do. So, oh, by the way, that corner that was messed up, it only affected the first couple pages. I actually think when I bought the book, because I ordered it, that's how I got it. Because I've never dropped this book or anything. So again, let me know if that's an issue, and I will make sure I compensate you for that, since you've already paid me for the book. So yeah, keep going through here. Relationships. Fame. So, like I said, a lot of good stuff. I guess if I ever really want this book again, I'll go and buy the PDF. And just go from there. Because most of the stuff I like out of this book are the tables anyway. And it's not something where I would say, oh man, I need to go look at the book and do it. If anything, I would probably take something from out of here, adjust it for 5th edition, and then use it that way, since that's my go-to system right now. So here's all the kingdom stuff. So this is an amazing chapter. It's really cool. One of the best reasons to buy this book is for the mass combat. And, depending on how you like to handle it, I've heard that the way they handle it in this is pretty good. A lot of people did the Kingdom, I think it's Kingdom Maker campaign, which is where this comes from, where these rules come from. Kingmaker campaign. A lot of people I know ran it and said they liked it. So, again, maybe that's something you can use for 5th edition, maybe not. I haven't spent a lot of time looking into it too much. Because my players never got that far where they could own a kingdom. So here's all the buildings you can buy. Bridges, water, things like that. 1 lot, 2 lot, 4 lot buildings. And then here's the land. So you'd then put it on here, and that would be your your district grid, and that's how you'd start setting it up. And then it's got a kingdom sheet so you can track everything, and as you grow your kingdom, more optional kingdom rules. So again, really cool book. Barker, I think you'll be really happy with this book. So and if you're watching this video and you're on the fence about picking it up, if you're playing Pathfinder and you think your players will possibly consider opening a magic shop or starting a kingdom or doing a side business in any way, shape, or form, this is a fantastic pickup. Also, if you think your players would enjoy the background information, whether it's the racial, class, or the ties to other players, again, awesome book to do. So mass combat rules are in here. Like I said, they're pretty cool. It goes into the types of units you could have. So like a Durgar army, elite army commandos, elven wardens, ghouls, I mean, all sorts of different things. And so if something's not in here, you could probably take something that is in here and reskin it and adjust the stats with your DM's approval or GM's approval for Pathfinder. But yeah, I like this. I like it a lot. They have army sheets for each infantry unit. You got a different section. So again, these sheets I think are really helpful. So yeah, then the index. So that's it. Hopefully this looks like a book you would want to buy. If you don't have it and are on the fence, I recommend it. Like I said, this is my favorite book that I'm currently selling. And I am selling quite a few Pathfinder books right now. May sell some Palladium books. On the fence about that. But yeah, so go check out my other Flip Through Fridays. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. When you leave a comment, I'd like to hear your thoughts on this book. Maybe if you've used this book for other systems, I'd like to hear those stories, and maybe any other stories you have that this video has inspired. So yeah, just let me know. And go check out, I have a website that's coming up next week. I will give you guys the URL sometime next week. And I will also have all sorts of other things. My Facebook page is no longer GM Juice. They turned that into a fan page. So if you guys are still interested in connecting on Facebook, I have Tabletop Gaming with Juice. Go like that fan page, and that'll be your one-stop shop for my Facebook stuff. Also, there's the Tabletop RPG one-shot group. If it's, say you own this book and you've never used it and you want to try it, why not post a one-shot for a way to use the mass combat and other things, So go join the Tabletop RPG one-shot group on Facebook, and, once you're there, people will guide you on how to get it all set up, and you can find some players for your game. Put it up on Google Plus Hangouts and share it. So thank you for watching. Bye.